The life of an artist is usually associated with a life of sacrifice and endurance, giving it your all for the perfection of your craft and your ability, leaving aside other areas of your life, like your personal relationships or even your health, for that higher purpose and craft. This tale has been romanticized along the history, but it doesn't have to be this way. We can become better artists, we can thrive, evolve, and develop our craft, but at a sustainable pace, taking care of ourselves along the process, and I'm going to show you a couple of extremely helpful habits to do exactly so. I'm Zari Moth, mystical artist, and for years, I've struggled with taking care of my creative soul. I used to neglect my own body, my well-being, and my health for my art career, focusing too much on production, making more and more artwork, hustling harder, and those years of avoidance took me to a breaking point. That's when I came to the realization that a new way of living, a new way of balancing my creative work and my personal well-being needed to happen. New habits needed to be not only introduced but taken really seriously. They needed to become sacred in my daily life as an artist in order to turn my passion into a lifelong career. So, after these lessons, I prepared this video in order to share my insights and the importance of introducing these habits in some shape or form into our creative routines to ensure our well-being and the well-being of our creative spark. So, if you feel burned out, creatively depleted, I encourage you to give these habits a try and see how your overall well-being and creativity will once again blossom. Let's get started. On this video, I'll be working in one of my latest illustrations, one with the universe, using Rebelle, an incredible digital painting program with a focus on traditional mediums and textures like you've never seen before. I found Rebelle last year as I saw a speed paint from another artist using it, and I was so mesmerized by the brush engine. The oil painting emulations it does are stunning, seeing the interactions between each stroke, the impasto effect, and if you introduce watercolors, they have water emulations features and they drip throughout the canvas. It's so much fun to paint using this software. If you know me, brushwork and textures are a big part of my illustrations, and since I discovered and introduced Rebelle in my workflow, it's been such a game changer, both to achieve the traditional art feel that I look for in my digital mediums, and as well it has boosted my creativity and overall enjoyment throughout my creative process. I totally recommend it. If you want to learn more, don't forget to check the links available in the description. First and foremost, and I'm certain you've heard this elsewhere already, but don't take for granted the power of daily movement to fuel your body, your mind, and your creative soul. I don't care if you have a lot of work, a lot of commissions that need to be addressed, a lot of responsibilities. Take at least 20 minutes each day for daily movement and you'll feel so much better, refreshed, and ready to tackle your creative projects. I feel the total shift in my mindset the days I don't partake on physical activity. It's insane. And like I mentioned, it doesn't have to be a hard and strenuous workout at the gym. Though that's great if you do so, it can be as simple as a quick walk or a couple of stretches in the most busy days. But move your body a little bit before your drawing sessions and you'll definitely reap the benefits. For this, try to find exercises that truly bring you joy. Could be Pilates, dance, swimming, jogging, sparring, whatever you feel and makes you burn inside, makes you feel alive and inspired to work on your creations afterwards. In conclusion, daily movement is a must for artist self-care. Along with movement, you should introduce stretching pauses in between your drawing sessions. I speak from experience here as I recently dealt with a tendinitis and is still lurking in the shadows as some days it can be felt more than others, and for that I do my best to stop for stretches every hour while I draw. Like clockwork, I use an alarm and that way I can time my drawing sessions and work output as well in 1 hour sessions. For this, I get up to get the blood flowing on my legs and I like to both stretch my body up and down and do some light stretches on the wrist as follows. 15 to 20 reps of wrist circles, 15 to 20 reps of finger extensions, 15 and 20 reps as well of finger counting. Then I like to do some 10 seconds, around 10 to 20 seconds of palm extensions, and alongside it 10 seconds of wrist compression. This takes care of the long-term health of our hands and wrists, which we artists usually take for granted until it's too late and the damage is done. We cannot remember that these are our biggest assets and we should handle them with the care they deserve, as it is best to prevent than to regret. Now, following up in terms of our brain, of our mental health well-being, a great self-care habit that all artists should include in their routine is a mindful practice. We could even introduce it before all drawing sessions to relax ourselves and get ready for our creative task ahead. This could be in the form of meditation, some breath work, a body scan to see how you're feeling, some journaling or free sketching to organize our thoughts, or setting the intentions for the drawing session ahead. We could even focus on being mindful and present throughout our painting process, really taking in what we're doing, being grateful to dedicate our time to this drawing session and really feeling the joy of the present moment. This may seem simple, as all good things are, but cultivating a mindful habit in the long run will have a huge impact in your overall well-being and happiness, especially if you introduce it as a ritual to start your drawing sessions. You feel more focused, calm, and collected whenever you create. It works wonders. The next habit is the one that I used to neglect the most out of this list, and still today, it takes me a bit of time to introduce it in my routine, but it's certainly one of the most important activities to fill our creative cup and feel fulfilled as artists. And that is to schedule some free sketching or creative time in your week. It will work best if you can do it every day, but I understand that some weeks are really packed with work and it's very difficult to stick with it, but you can set aside at least 2 hours each week just to draw whatever you wish. You can take this time to do studies if you don't study alongside on the week, maybe do some light sketching, to go outside and do some live drawings. Find activities that make you feel excited, that you look forward to, and make sure they are unrelated to your usual work. Remember that this is leisure time. It's not productive time and should be viewed as such. You really need to set this boundary, as it's a slippery slope to get started on a cute sketch, then get really passionate about it, wanting to turn it into a full illustration in that moment, and you want to maybe turn it into a product, and that's how you can easily turn this leisure, free, fun, creative time into work once again. And I'm not saying that some of the sketches or artworks that come out of this free sketching time cannot be used for professional purposes, but at least during those creative hours, work should be out of the window. This is about having fun, about decompressing, about regaining your passion and love for creating art, and most importantly, about filling our creative cup that can easily be emptied by our usual projects and responsibilities. Since I started having this, I feel so much more creative. I look forward to my drawing sessions, which is such a huge contrast to how I was feeling a couple of months ago, which all my creative time was spent on work-related projects. Recently, I went through a pretty rough burnout, and this simple activity gave myself the space to just create whatever I feel like, allowing space for joy and exploration in my creative process has such an impact on my creativity and productivity that I cannot recommend it enough. And to finish this self-care list, our last habit that is pretty linked with the previous ones are creative dates. This can be done by yourself, with a friend, a partner, or another fellow artist, and it's all about having experiences that fill our creative cup beyond our creative work. It's all about nurturing our inner child. Maybe a new inspiring movie is coming up, or you could schedule a date to a museum, a national park, to the library, or go to a second-hand rarity shop that you can find objects and trinkets that can inspire you. These don't need to be complex. It could just be a walk on the beach looking for seashells, and your focus should be on observing, really taking in the beautiful colors of the ocean, maybe the sunset, observing everything with the innocent and mesmerized eyes of your inner child. You could take pictures if you need it for later, for future art studies or illustrations, or you could just take it in, experience it fully, and let it sit in your mind as a new experience and a new form of inspiration for your creative work, adding it to your visual library. You should strive to have this once a week or at least every 2 weeks and putting in the effort to finding new and exciting experiences. This will fill your life with whimsy, with a beautiful childish wonder. It will not only make you happier, appreciate life's little moments and details, experiencing them with the eyes and senses of an artist, which is one of the main keys to heal and unlock your creativity. I hope you found this video useful, and let us know which self-care habits do you add into your routine as an artist that has impacted your creativity the most, as we love to read them in the comments down below. As well, don't forget to check Rebelle to learn more about this amazing program and all its benefits. Links are available in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your self-care journey, and I would also like to thank Rebelle for the opportunity of creating this video. And I hope to see you all really soon on the next one. Bye bye!